Hello guys. Today I'm going to try to make a game for the GBA, but I'm actually going to wait for people to actually come before I start actually coding. Yeah, as you can see, I have a make file right here. I'm actually using like just a basic project for my for the game, hopefully. And the game in question should actually be about well, actually I don't have an idea. So yeah, I just posted the link right now, so now all I need to do is actually wait for people to actually come. And I have the chat right here. So yeah. All right. So so if there are like any people watching me, wow, go ahead, because right now I just have this basic boilerplate game. So just the main with like the basic make file, as I said earlier. I'm already using like proper like optimization to make sure that the file size is small. There we go. Now it should be even smaller than that. And as you can see, I also have a terminal right here. So I can just compile shit and stuff. And GBA, of course. So I can just reset. And right now it does pretty much nothing actually. And that's because I actually need a palette for that. And I was using like a mode of 4 rather than mode 3. If I was using like mode 3, that would have been a lot easier. But now, but yeah, the code pretty much assumes like mode 5. So what I'm going to do is, since this is going to be like a text-based game, I'm just going to borrow the palette from my other game. We'll be using that instead. Alright, so now we have a palette. I also need to copy this palette. There we go. And we'll print some very basic text. So we're gonna do this. There we go. And I'm just going to compile real quick. I also need to make sure to actually add the C file to my make file. Alright. I think I may have to actually reload the ROM. Yes. No, not that one. It does nothing. That's strange because I'm actually copying like the palettes, and shit. Yeah, something is wrong. Actually, I'm just going to copy this from my other project. Let's see if something happens, basically. So yes, so I'm not sure what's going on. I mean, it does work. Oh, yeah, right. So basically, my text function, I need to also set like the color index in addition to other stuff as well. So for the palette that I imported, if I want to have black on white, no, white on black, this is what I would need to do. Alright, and then I can just reset. But I think I actually need to reload. Yeah, I need to reload. This is a text. Alright, so we got further now, I guess. I'm just gonna so we have the text now, but the background color is wrong, as you can see. So I'm just gonna actually this is wrong, so I need to do that. Alright, so now we have white text on a black background as I wanted, really. But now we want to do like a text adventure with that. So what can we do? Well, that's what we're going to ask ChatGPT about, because hopefully it should help us on that. So I don't know. Yeah, right. So we're going to assume that it's pretty much a isekai game, but like a text adventure game, and we're gonna leave like enough space for me to actually add like a picture. Okay, so this is pretty good for the purpose of this video at least. So I'm just going to copy all of this right now. We can change it later. And I'm just going to hide like the OpenAI stuff. So what we're going to do for the text parsing, we're going to make it really simple. So I'm just going to have like a huge array, a huge C array, and we're going to store our text. And it's going to have pretty much everything. Now, there's something that I need to actually worry about when making like a text adventure game. Uh, because we will also need like another array for actually indexing the proper text. You're gonna see what I mean soon. And we also need to make sure that the text does not go beyond like the screen limits of the GBA. So, but right now this is like our unparsed text. And I just noticed that we don't have lowercase here. We definitely want to have lowercase, at least for the purpose of this. I mean, this is a text adventure game. We really want at least to have like this, basically. So, and we'll also need to remove some code, this. And we should be pretty good. I'm gonna start with this first line first, and the second one actually. I'm gonna assume that there's only 3 lines right now, and the maximum actually should be 24. So 25, and I'm going to. So we're gonna implement like the game logic later. For now, we're just going to see how just make it work basically. And this needs to be on the second line also. All right, so now hopefully we should have something that works. And game GBA, okay, so I'm actually in the settings right now. I can't see like the game, but I would assume that it's being displayed properly here. I'm gonna set it to software. All right, so your Katsuo, the 16-year-old from T. And even though there's not space, it doesn't display. And why is that? Well, if we take a look at the source code, this is because well, basically I messed up. So the limit should be much higher. And now I can just. Alright, so yeah, the limit is actually 22 characters. So I can slightly increase that. I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to and I see that sudo Linux he's actually trying to make like also a text adventure, but for now I'm just going to focus on the GBA. I don't see anyone in the chat right now, but that's okay. I'm just gonna do stuff. But yeah, I mean, on the GBA, if I just want to clear the whole screen, I can simply do like either a mem set or like actually I even have something that uses DMA if I'm not mistaken. Well, actually no, I don't. Hold on, actually, let me find my other game that I made for like the GBA also. And yes, it was this one right here. So we're going to give it a try actually. So it should work pretty much like the first DMA. So 0, and then destination, that would be FB, right? Yeah, that would be FB, I suppose. But it's not used that way. So let me take a look at the game real quick. So yeah, it's basically being used like that. So we'll just make like a huge copy of it. And yeah, you may wonder why this mess. Well, it could have been just 0, but if I want to have the pattern to be like set to 1, so for example, the whole screen being set to 1, then I will need to change that because we're doing like a DMA copy with like a 32 bits value. So that's why I put it like that to avoid confusion, basically. Oh, I'm here and I'm trying to make the terminal cleared when the program launches. Well, I think there's like a actually, I actually forgot how to clear the screen because there was like a CLS command, but I'm not sure actually. Let me do a quick test for not the GBA actually, the PC, because he's asking how to do it on a PC. So let's avoid. Well, and this should work if I just do this. Well, not the main actually. So yeah, it's not CLS. It was actually something else. I could use like something like system and CLS, but that's not really the proper way of doing so. And yeah, also it doesn't clear it. So on Linux, that would be more like this, and that would work. But I believe there's another way of clearing the terminal. Let's see. I don't think it's that one either. No, it's not that, because CLR, I think this is Windows only, if I'm not mistaken. Well, So on Stack Overflow, they actually suggest this. So let's see. I never actually needed to clear the terminal because I always felt like this was unnecessary, to be honest. Yes, that works. So yeah, you know what to do actually. So I'm just gonna post it in the chat so he can clearly see. Alright, so sudo Linux. There we go. Alright, so back to the GBA version. So we have a way of clearing the screen. We can display the text properly this time. I do need to fix like our new function though, because of this. which I imported from the other game actually. So it's actually that. So it's not enabled. Alright. Yeah. Alright. So it still works. Let me try to just do all a bunch of ones basically. Yeah, so as you can see, it does work. So pretty nice. So we're gonna use this when we have to clear the whole screen basically, because what we will do is when we press like A or B, it clears the whole screen. So that's why. So actually, I'm just going to ask ChatGPT to pretend that we only have 40 lines of text, and well, not maybe 40 lines actually, I can deal with that, but not go beyond like the limit of 32 lines or whatever. So uh, uh okay, so now it understands. uh because the I mean this text was really too basic, so and I still notice some differences. Oh my god. All right, so I'm just going to do it myself because asking ChatGPT is apparently too complicated. Uh, so I'm going to do it in this simple way. So so for example, instead of 6 neural like that, you can just do this, right? Hmm. Uh, it's good. I could use like a smaller font, but that would make the text not very pleasant to actually read. And we're like 20 minutes in so far. I haven't noticed how much time. No, not. No. Too afraid. Face flaws. I think this should be alright. On yourself abroad. But today everything changed. Somehow I know how to use it. Yeah, right. As if using the sword was fucking hard. Uh, and I noticed that sudo Linux tried the command that I sent him, and it works. So yeah. Uh, so it's ironic because I never actually made like a text adventure game, and then uh, for my tools, I never really needed to make like to actually clear the screen because that's disruptive to the user, and you don't. Uh, I mean, you're not really supposed to do that unless it's for maybe like a text game or whatever. But never really actually made a text game except a while back. And even when I made a text game, it wasn't for modern computers. It was really for older stuff, like, or stuff that you can't draw graphics with. So yeah. Alright, so this is pretty good. I think we're not over the limits. Yeah, for most of them. Oh, except this one right here. Okay, so what I can do is just do all of that. So this is a trick, guys. You can simply do all of this, and now unfortunately for like the other side, you can't do that. You can't like cheat your way through, so I'll have to do it manually. Could use like the cursor keys, but you see sometimes it. I mean, I pretty much straight up asked for like a Hisekai game, and ChatGPT did not disappoint. I have to say, not that it's hard to uh, come up with one, I guess. Okay, all right. So now I can just. Actually, I'm not sure how big that is. So there are 48 lines, and the GBA can only display up to like 14. Let's assume yes, let's assume like 13 actually. We're just going to put like the here as a global, but I'm gonna change that to a local eventually. So we're just we're just like coming up with like the prototype. And yeah, we'll have to make this a function actually because this won't work in the long term. Yeah, right. Uh, hmm. Somehow it did not warn me about the text limit. Yeah, so the limit is really like 30 characters, or actually 21. So 49. And it still glitches, but I'm not sure where. Oh, actually, I do see it. So bold. But today, I'm just gonna remove like the dots, even though it makes the game's writing worse. Just gonna. I mean, we're currently not using like the whole. I mean, like from like the third row, I can already tell that it becomes a huge mess. Yeah, I mean here. I mean, why does it do that to me? Okay, so all this works now. Let's go slowly until we find what causes the problem. The outskirts, alright. Scapegoat side. So 7, 8 works. So at 8, that's when the issue happens. So this one actually. It seems to be even smaller than what I expected. So on this line right here, it just screws up. Because if I then remove, oh, I see what's going on. So basically, I made a dumb mistake. It's constantly writing text in a loop, and that's why I messed up completely. Now it should work. Yes. So pretty dumb issue, I have to say. So yeah. So we have our game, but now we need to make a function out of that. So what I'm gonna do is draw game text, alright? And we're going to set like the starting point as well as the ending point. And yeah, I think that's about it. Maybe I could set like the background color and stuff, but you know, it doesn't matter. Just gonna take dot and or maybe rather size. Actually, maybe not. I think there's a better way of dealing with that. I'm just gonna do it as n, to be honest. Or size, because it makes more sense here, actually. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So 0, 13, and then 1, and 0. Alright. And we can... I'm just gonna remove like the random function, or at least disable it. So I'm going to stop at actually I'll need to stop the text before. So you see, like there's the abruptly, but then you can notice that it actually writes over the previous entry. So you are different, and they feel you for that. But today everything changes, but here it completely falls apart. So I'm just gonna remove the extra stuff. Today. Yeah, so the limit is actually 20. Oh, no, I was wrong. So 2, and then, yeah, so why did it not detect that? Should be smooth. Pushing you to the outskirts. Okay, no issues now, so no more than that. So hot. Now I need to implement stuff related to input. Thankfully, I do have functions for that. Um, and I'm gonna make this a global value. Alright, so I will have to, as I said earlier, make well, have another array for that. So basically what this array will do is action text of well, actually I'm just going to Yeah, it's will you do I? It should be 9, I think. All right. Says the text is undeclared. Why? No, that doesn't make sense. Yes, that's because there is an error in my code. Boo! So if I press A, I should get nothing. And that's because I also forgot this, right? So okay, so this is why we need to actually clear the text. Otherwise we end up with a bunch of garbage. There we go. And I can already tell that there's not enough text. So I don't know why, but there's clearly an issue here. It tries to again overwrite stuff even though I set a text limit to prevent that from happening. So what we're going to do actually is gonna add function. So if x is superior to should prevent issues like these. Or not. Hmm. So, for whatever reason, the text is not being parsed correctly. I know the text function works, but I mean, this clearly doesn't. But even if I do that, there's still the issue anyway. I don't think it's that either because the screen resolution is smaller than those anyway. Seems to really, really not like this. Oh god damn it. I mean, it should work now. Uh, so I could actually center this now. Not sure if that's a good idea, but if there's some overscan, for example, then that could be neat, I guess. And I could even make it like scroll. Uh, but if we center it, we might as well add some space on top. And we could even like do some voiceover with 11 Labs. That could be a decent idea. But yeah, as you can see, there's no limit. So 0 is, actually 1 is, we can go ahead, and 0 is wait. Hmm. There's probably a way of dealing with that. Maybe if I had like, yeah, no, let's not do it that way. Well, I think that would be it for now. I mean, it's been like an hour or so. So tomorrow, we'll try to sort of expand on the game. I don't think I think I'll mostly reserve this game for like live streams. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 7 here. So okay. All right. So I think we are mostly good here. So right now we're just scrolling through text and then it stops. But then we're going to expand this actions command stuff to basically prompt the user for commands. So west, east. Actually, we're not going to use words like this. Maybe a dictionary, but we're not going to actually ask the user to type words because that would be quite frustrating to be honest. So no text parser or stuff like that really. So